and suddenly I'm melting into you. There's nothing left to prove, baby, all we need is just to be caught up in the touch, slow and steady rush. Baby, isn't that the way that love's supposed to be? I can feel you breathe.
Dan RadioStyle. Hope everybody out there's having themselves a great day. I am definitely starting off on the right foot. Nothing, extreme, just a good day. Had the coffee shop thing going on this morning. Always love Sundays. They're good times. Faith Hill, that was Breathe. I hope you guys like that. And specific someone, imagining them with specifics. So just wanted to do a kind of refresher, just another one on imagining, maybe a slightly different spin than my normal thing. Quick one just to kind of, again, basics, kind of going over the things that really matter. Because in my mind, it's the imaginal process, and that's what really gets the ball rolling. And then there's the follow-up, which will be my video I'm going to do probably a little later today, maybe even right after this one, we'll see. But it's the part that kind of gets you through the day. Just some good best practices, good steps, kind of I think I'm going to call it something to the effect of manifesting daily practices, something along those lines. So again, there's the two pieces to it. And I think that Goddard and definitely Hicks nailed it. Law of Attraction nailed it, but kind of they need to be brought together. They work together. Like Neville's on the money, but he doesn't talk a lot about how you get through the day when you start having doubt, when you start having questions, confusion. And then likewise for Law of Attraction, she's great with the energy and kind of keeping your energy flowing. It's like great, but doesn't really touch on, you attract the energy you're at and all that. There's a lot of great stuff there, but not really how to really get the ball rolling in that direction. So again, I think the two worlds are huge. So some of the imagining specifics. What's really important is to try to get as specific as you can about the end result. The end result. Now, I want to say before we get quite to that point, there's a big difference between trying to manifest the end result and trying to manifest the process. And sometimes we get stuck in messing with the process. Here's how it should happen. This is the avenue it will come from, or I expect it to come from. Even if it's a normal avenue, don't. No matter what. Don't. A lot of us, for money is a great example. We do this frequently. We have a hard time breaking away from us being worth X number of dollars per hour or X number of pounds per hour or whatever. We have a hard time separating our self-worth relative to time. Rather than just getting paid for a project, rather than money coming from some avenue for something. And regardless of how long it takes, that's what you're getting paid for. Like, who cares? Money just starts to come to you. It's a different way to look at it, and one I'm still working on to a degree. There's still a bit of a time constraint that pops up. Even when I do some of my voiceover work, I like to break it back down into the calculation of dollars per hour just because it makes the dollar amount seem ridiculous, and it's fun that way. But that being said, it's not really the way it should be. So again, sometimes we get stuck in trying to manage the process, how it should happen. And I caution from that, from the get-go. I think it's way better to imagine from, as Goddard talks about, from the location, and then let universe, source, God, Allah, whatever, fill in the blanks for you. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the how. Don't worry about the avenue. Don't worry about the way the process plays out. Be open, because you might have to do stuff. It's not like just going to be thrown at you. I've heard of people that are, suddenly, they've manifested being in the same room with their significant someone and then don't go up and talk to them. It's like, well, come on, man. You just did it. You landed it, and then you kind of, got scared, and then, whatever. That's cool. It is how it is. But sometimes you got to take advantage of the opportunity when the universe says, here, this is it. Here's your time. So when it comes to imagining, be very specific about the endpoint. You want to imagine it with your senses, with all of them. Really, I guess taste is a funny one, but maybe you're eating dinner together, right? I could see ways taste could be brought into play in the imaginal sense. So how I typically see it, or there's a few ways, right? If you want to end up living together, a really good place is start from the bed. Imagine yourself from the bed. You're in bed. Your significant someone's next to you. Imagine you're like it's time to wake up or whatever, right? For work or whatever your daily routine is, right? So you kind of lean over and maybe give it a quick little smooch, little kiss, a little quick cuddle before you have to get out. Like the alarm goes off, you snooze once, and you got 10 minutes. Imagine that, whatever. Then imagine getting out of bed. Imagine putting your feet on the ground. Are they wood floors? Are they tile? Is it carpet? What do you got? What do you got? A rug? I mean, what are you putting your feet on? What's the first thing you're looking at when you're getting out of bed? As you turn to the left, what do you see? What's in front of you? Where's your place where you're getting ready? Imagine waking up in your new surroundings. Imagine your routine. Imagine turning on the shower and the faucet and the way the handles and the knobs are. Imagine where maybe the toilet is, right? Like all these things matter. Or if it's something to the effect of a date, imagine the location where you're going to be with this specific someone. Maybe even imagine you could see the glass of wine in front of both of you, maybe like the red wine, right? And you can just see it kind of as it's being poured and as it's moving, you're smelling it, and just noticing how delicious it's going to be, and the conversation, and looking into their eyes and seeing that love when you look into their eyes. You're imagining the details to the utmost degree. This is something that you're spending, you can do a lot, all right? So you can spend as much time as you want. I'll say realistically, I get a busy schedule. I am pretty good about like the meditating and doing and fitting things into my world, but not in extreme times. There's no like hour-long meditations. F all that. No. You kidding me? If I got an hour to do nothing, I'm filling it with some other thing that's going to bring me joy, or YouTube stuff, or maybe learning more about something or whatever. Like if I got a whole hour, I'm doing something more productive with it probably than just nothing, right? So, but that all being said, you're going to imagine this to the best of your abilities. All of the clarity you can give it. The more you give it, the better. The more profound, the smell. What's maybe the cologne or perfume that this person's wearing, or what's the smell of the restaurant. Certain restaurants have that fragrance that's like, man, like bread, maybe fresh bread. Sometimes that's you know what I mean? Like imagine the whole scenario, the waiter coming up. Can I get you to anything to drink? That's where the wine comes in, right? Imagine the scene with all of its complexity and enjoy it. Enjoy the moment. Give it emotion if you can. You can see it, you can feel it, you can taste it, you can smell it, you can touch it. And again, a restaurant, you can taste it. Taste is kind of weird. I mean, if you're really vivid, maybe kissing. But I'm like thinking, I've never really thought of the taste of kissing per se. It's just awesome. But I think my brain shuts down the taste part of it. It's like, nope, don't need to taste now. That's other things happening. So whatever the case is. But the imaginal work is key, and you're going to spend as much time doing it as you can. I think that's where I was going when I got lost track. But like me, seriously, 5, 10, 15 minutes a day. That's about it. I mean, and if it's 15, it's probably smashed into 2 segments, like maybe 10 minutes at one point, like while I'm getting ready in the morning, kind of just thinking about it, imagining it, seeing it. Maybe real official, like before I go to bed, I put some solid time there and just really imagine that concept to the best ability. So just like a couple places I'm putting maybe 15 minutes, on a good day 20, let's say, but even smatterings here and there. I think about it during the day, maybe a couple times, like, and like for a minute, I imagine something really cool. But again, it's the effort is needed, and it's good and it's important, and I'm sure if I did it more, it would help things. I'm just whatever. It is what it is. But the quality is really what matters more. And just the better you can envision it, the more real you can see it. And they even talk about how looking back, I think it was Agnes that taught me this, looking back from then and seeing where you are now, meaning I'm in the future imagining, like I'm imagining the situation where this scenario is occurring currently. And from that environment, I can think, and I remember when it wasn't like this. You know what I mean? Like you can think back to where you're looking at from. It's a mirror. It's an interesting concept and almost worthy of a show unto itself. But that aspect of looking, we're looking forward when we're imagining, we're looking forward from where we're at. We're obviously not there right now, even though that's what we're accomplishing when we imagine. We are being there right now. And from that, the universe starts to build it and create the process and make it happen. But when you imagine from that location and then imagine when you didn't have it, it creates that neat little bridge, I think, for the conscious mind, where it's like, yeah, no, I understand I don't have it yet, but it is in process. It is occurring. These things are in motion. That's why I imagine from, because if I had it already, I wouldn't be imagining from. I'd already truly be there. Like I've got a car. Why would I imagine a car, right? I've got one. Don't really care. I'm totally content there. So again, there's reasons why we do the things we're doing. If you're going to put the time and effort forward, let's do it right. Let's make the time quality. And then from there, we're going to do the second one, which is going to be around the law of attraction, kind of the best practices. How do you get through the day? Because the imaginal work's awesome. If you're doing it 20 minutes, you're doing an hour, whatever you're doing, you're putting in this wonderful effort. And now you've got the rest of the day. And, obviously we sleep for a chunk of it, but we're awake for a chunk of it too, that we have to stay busy, stay focused. So I'm going to do another video on that, probably going to come out today, on some best practices, some common things that you can do to kind of get you through the day. But start off with the imaginal. Start off with getting the ball rolling. And then the next video I'll do coming up here shortly, it's going to be about how to keep it rolling in the direction that we'd like it to go. So it doesn't start wobbling on us, so we don't start turning upstream, as Esther Hicks says, right? Like really more on the law of attraction principles, but here's how I'm going to get you through the day. Because it happens to me, it happens to you, it happens to all of us. We've got questions, we got doubts, things pop into our head. Some less, some more, it's all just a variant. It doesn't matter, it happens to all of us the same. Frequency is the only difference. So that'll be coming up next, probably today. This was the specific imagining them with specifics. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense for you guys. And again, really stay focused on imagining from the end and not the process. Stay off the process. Get away from the process. Stop guiding it in any way, shape, or form. In fact, try really hard not to, in the sense that be surprised at some of the cool stuff. Things will show up in weird ways. And you'll be like, no way. Like, I got a check in the mail. Everyone's had this where you just literally checks in the mail. But I wasn't thinking about it. I was manifesting money. And I was just like, whatever. It's going to come in. I was kind of stuck to a degree. But I'm like, it's going to come however it's going to come. And I finally just said that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. And like crap later, like a day, it's like 2-3 days probably. 2-3 days later, I go out in the mailbox and there's some insurance check or something crazy. And it was for the money I needed, basically. Just like a little bit extra money. It was nice. So again, sometimes just put it out there, be specific, and then we'll get you through the rest of the day. Going out with a great song by Thompson Twins. Song's called Hold Me Now. This is Dan RadioStyle. Contact me if you'd like at danradiostyle@gmail.com. Thanks so much.